She said she needed space, not a breakup, not a pause. Just freedom to go out with the girls, without pressure. I agreed. Calmly. Respectfully. No texts, no calls. Space. 3 nights later, her friend opened the door of their upscale cocktail lounge and got handed a courier envelope. Inside was a crystal-framed photo of us on vacation and a handwritten note, in case she forgot who paid for this lifestyle. Turns out, Space has rent. I'm not the jealous type. I don't track locations, I don't like Instagram stories for attention, and I sure as hell don't text twice. Camille always said that made me evolved. Her word, not mine. She also said her girls' nights were sacred, that I shouldn't be so patriarchal about boundaries. Again, her words. So when she told me she needed space, I didn't argue. I gave her what she asked for. Camille likes control dressed up as freedom. She preaches transparency, but changes her passwords every month. Tells her friends she's the breadwinner, while spending my money like a part-time job. I used to think that was just her being independent. Turns out, it was training. You'll see. This isn't a story about jealousy. It's about what happens when someone treats your life like a luxury subscription and forgets you're the one holding the cancel button. The first time Camille changed her phone password without saying anything, she claimed it was just muscle memory. Funny how muscle memory always kicked in after midnight. I didn't push. That's the game, right? Be the chill boyfriend. The evolved one. 2 nights later, I caught the tail end of a notification, just a name, Dom, not saved under Dominic, not even do not answer. Just Dom, moon emoji, like a teenage diary entry. When I asked, she laughed. Oh my God, babe, it's not what you think. That's a sentence no one says unless it's exactly what I think. She offered to show me the messages. Said I could scroll. I didn't. Not because I trusted her, but because I was done playing defense. I don't scroll. I collect. And that night, I started keeping receipts. Literal ones. Because trust is sweet. But PayPal history is forever. Camille had a ritual for girls' night. The playlist, the perfume, the fake casual outfit she'd agonize over for 30 minutes. But this time, it felt curated. Like she wasn't getting ready for a night with friends. She was prepping for a photo shoot that just happened to include a few women as background props. She slipped on the silver necklace I got her for our first anniversary, a piece she once called too elegant to waste on cocktails. Then, mid-eyeshadow, she took it off. Said she didn't want to look too try-hard, which was ironic, considering she'd just shaved her legs in the kitchen sink to save time. I didn't comment. I just offered to order her a car. She said she'd take an Uber. I nodded. Have fun. At 11:46 p.m., my phone buzzed. Brandon, a college buddy who works hotel security, sent me a blurry shot from a rooftop bar in Midtown. Camille, drink in hand, leaning into a guy with a navy blazer and a trust fund haircut. For women, one man, Dom. I didn't even need a zoom to recognize the jawline from her tagged pics. He always posted half-face selfies. You know the type. I didn't respond to Brandon. He knew better than to ask questions. I also didn't call Camille. No texts. No drama. If she wanted space, I'd give her a damn telescope. She got home at 1:13 a.m. Said the Uber got lost, then took a weird route. Her lipstick hadn't moved. Her heels weren't scuffed. And the necklace? Still sitting on the bathroom counter like it hadn't watched her practice fake smiles an hour earlier. I asked how the night went. She said, amazing, and launched into a story about Lauren's breakup. Not a single mention of Dom. Not even a fabricated coincidence. That almost impressed me. The next morning, while she was in the shower, I packed a little note into her purse. Just a business card, clean and crisp. My lawyer's name on one side, blank on the other. I didn't need to say a word. Camille loved silence, until it wasn't hers. 2 days later, Camille suggested we go out to dinner. Just us, she said. Reconnect. I said sure. She picked the place, a new vegan tapas spot that looked like an Instagram filter threw up on the walls. Velvet chairs, plants hanging from the ceiling, $19 for 3 olives, and a drizzle of something infused. She showed up wearing the necklace again, the one that was too much for girls' night. Now, apparently, it was perfect for reconnecting. I didn't comment. I ordered wine. Halfway through the zucchini blossom tart, which tasted exactly like what you'd expect from a flower, she leaned in. Can we talk about boundaries? Oh, the code word. She didn't waste time. I shouldn't text when she's out. I shouldn't ask who's in her Instagram stories. I shouldn't undermine her independence by offering to cover her rent if it made her feel trapped. She said she wanted to feel free without feeling watched. That space is healthy. I smiled. Nodded. Absolutely. Space is sacred. She looked relieved. Kissed me on the cheek. That's when I knew two things. 1. She really believed I'd roll over and play enlightened forever. 2. She hadn't checked her purse yet. The business card was still there, tucked behind her favorite lipstick. She probably thought I left it by mistake, or maybe hadn't noticed it at all. Camille was great at setting rules. She just never expected to follow any herself. I let her talk the whole drive home. She played some podcast about self-love and boundaries, narrated by someone who clearly never had to split a bank account. Said she wanted to start a blog, help women reclaim their power. I said she'd be amazing at it. Back at the apartment, she fell asleep fast, head against my chest like she hadn't just handed me a bullet-point list of how to stop treating her like a partner. I stayed awake. Not angry. Just calculating. Because here's the thing. Camille kept trying to turn us into a brand. The woke power couple, him supporting her freedom journey. She forgot one detail. I built the brand. She was just using the credit card. For the next 2 weeks, I gave Camille everything she asked for. No questions when she left the apartment with freshly curled hair and vague plans. No texts during content nights when she filmed outfit reels with her branding team, also known as two friends who never split the check. No comments when Dom's name popped up in the likes under her posts. I even played along when she said she wanted to practice independence by managing her own bills. Translation: she paused my automatic transfers and started using my backup card instead. I canceled the backup card the same night. She never mentioned it. Instead, she just said, "My app's being glitchy." I told her, "Tech is weird lately." We still slept in the same bed, ate the same meals, but something had shifted. She moved through the apartment like she was visiting, kept her makeup in her tote bag, took longer showers, wore perfume to check the mailbox. I let her. She thought I was going numb. I was just getting precise. While Camille journaled in affirmations, I met with a quiet forensic accountant named Diane. She wore gray suits and didn't believe in small talk. My kind of woman. In 3 days, Diane found every shared expense Camille had charged to our accounts in the last year and sorted them into 3 neat columns: necessary, luxury, and vanity. Vanity took up 2 pages. She spent $8,700 on aura coaching and called it mental wellness. Diane called it recreational fraud. I also updated the lease. Removed her as a co-resident. You'd be surprised how easy that is when the rent's under your name and the other person just never got around to signing things. Meanwhile, Camille made passive-aggressive TikToks about men who fear women's glow-ups. Her followers cheered. I double-tapped one video just to see if she'd notice. She didn't. One night, she brought home a candle. Lavender and figure. Said it shifted the energy. I said it smelled like taxes. She laughed, thinking I was joking. The next morning, I left for work early. She was still asleep, one hand curled around my pillow like she was auditioning for tenderness. She had no idea the countdown had started. It was her birthday week, not birthday day, because Camille celebrated like it was a national holiday. 7 days of content, brunches, spa trips, Instagram captions about self-worth. Her Amazon wish list was longer than most wedding registries. She made sure to leave it open on the living room TV. I didn't get her anything from it. Instead, I had something custom-made. 3 nights before her big rooftop dinner, a courier arrived at her co-working space. The same building where she and her fempreneur circle rented a hot desk for $400 a month to drink oat lattes and call it networking. Inside the package, a framed 10 by 12 photo. Us, poolside, in Mexico, her favorite photo. Her hand on my chest, my watch in full view. Captioned on the bottom in clean serif font. In case you forgot who pays for this lifestyle. The moment she opened it, my phone lit up. No text, just a call. I didn't answer. She tried again, then again. By the time I got home, the photo was gone. Not in the trash, not in the hallway. Vanished. But her silence wasn't. It hung over the apartment like a second ceiling. She didn't yell. Camille never yelled. Instead, she made 2 drinks. Sat on the couch. Waited. "I got your message," she said finally. Voice calm. Measured. Dangerous. I took the drink. "Didn't think you'd like it. But I know you like surprises." She didn't touch hers. "You made me look like a kept woman," she said. I looked at her. She was wearing a blazer I paid for, makeup I funded, holding a phone I bought, sitting on furniture I'd financed. I didn't say any of that. Just, was that hard for you? Her jaw clenched. You think this is funny? No, I said. But it's honest. She stared at me like she'd just discovered something crawling under her rug. You're trying to humiliate me. Trying? Camille, you're doing a great job all by yourself. She didn't respond. Just walked into the bedroom and shut the door. Not slammed. Shut. Controlled. Like she was folding a plan in half. I slept on the couch that night. Not because she told me to. Because I wanted space. After all, space is sacred. The next morning, Camille made pancakes. She never cooked. Said the stove triggered her scarcity wounds. But there she was. Apron, messy bun, strawberries sliced like an apology. I overreacted, she said, sliding a plate in front of me. You were right. I haven't appreciated you enough lately. I chewed slowly. Not because I was suspicious, because I knew the game had entered Act 2. Camille only apologized when she was preparing a sequel. I want to be better, she said, sitting across from me. No phone. No eye rolls. Just warm, open sincerity. This relationship matters more than any narrative I post. She dropped that word on purpose. Narrative. A signal that she knew I'd been watching. That maybe I'd seen too much. She reached out. Touched my hand. I don't want to lose us over stupid miscommunication. I really don't. I nodded. Neither do I. That was true. I didn't want to lose us. I wanted to dismantle her version of us. Over the next few days, she became the girlfriend she used to pretend to be. Woke up early. Made coffee. Sent selfies labeled, missing you, when I was gone. Even cooked dinner twice. Pasta she overboiled and salmon she forgot to defrost, but the effort was wrapped in gold foil. She brought up Dom only once. We're not really close, she said. He's just in the circle. But if you want, I'll block him. I shrugged. Up to you. She blocked him, on the screen. But not in her behavior. The content nights came back. The co-working meetups. The girl talks that lasted until 1 a.m. with perfect lipstick and full glam. She wasn't changing. She was rebranding. One night, I came home to see the photo frame I'd sent, the one from Mexico, repurposed. New picture inside. Her alone, on a beach, with a quote pasted in Canva font. I am my own source. I almost laughed. Instead, I clapped. Literally. Nice edit, I said. She smiled like a hostage reading a script. The next morning, I ordered a second frame. Bigger this time. Because I was about to give her something she couldn't crop me out of. I posted the photo on a Thursday. Not a rage post. Not a rant. Just a simple throwback. Caption, 1 year ago today, funny what you'll fund when you believe in someone. I tagged Camille. Full name. Public account. The photo? Our anniversary dinner in Santorini. Candlelight. Champagne. Her laughing like she'd just discovered she was the main character. My hand over hers. Rolex in full view again. But this time, the comments weren't turned off. Within an hour, the likes started rolling in. Not mine. Hers. Her friends, the real ones, didn't know the context. But the branding friends, they did. They commented with knife emojis. Fire emojis. Oh, passive aggression decoded in public view. Camille texted me 20 minutes in. Was that necessary? I didn't respond. 10 minutes later. You're embarrassing me. Still nothing. By the end of the day, she'd archived 5 posts, turned off comments on her page, and posted a vague quote about letting go of what no longer serves you. She came home that night tight-lipped, eyes like glass. Dropped her purse harder than usual. I was on the couch, watching some nature doc. Lions eating something defenseless. You humiliated me, she said. I turned down the volume. No. I reminded people who was holding the camera while you posed. She stood there, silent, calculating. You know I've built a reputation. People follow me. I looked her straight in the eye. So maybe you should have acted like someone worth following. That landed. Not loud, just deep. She didn't argue. She just walked away. 2 hours later, she reappeared with her suitcase, the shiny pink one with stickers from all the places I took her. I'm going to stay with Lauren for a few days. I need space. There it was again. Space. I stood, walked to the kitchen, came back with a small box, tied with a ribbon, handed it to her. She hesitated, opened it. Inside, the necklace. The same one I'd given her on our first real trip. But now, engraved on the back. You can keep the gift, just not the story. She looked up, eyes glossy, but no tears. Camille didn't cry unless there was an audience. Is this revenge? She whispered. I shook my head. No. Revenge requires hate. This is me cleaning house. She left without another word. The door clicked shut like a period. Not dramatic. Not loud. Just final. 2 days of silence. Camille didn't post. Didn't text. Just vanished into the curated fog she called healing space. I thought that was it. A clean break wrapped in passive quotes and zero closure. Then Lauren called. Camille's best friend. The one who always played both sides. Therapist on demand when Camille needed validation, an informant when the wine hit just right. She's spiraling, Lauren said. I thought you should know. I said nothing. Just waited. She thinks you're going to go nuclear, she continued. Like, post receipts. Bank stuff. DMs. I stayed quiet. She's scared you're going to ruin her brand. Oh. Not she's sorry. Not she misses you. She's scared of the optics. Lauren paused. She asked me to reach out. Said maybe we could talk. Just the three of us. Clear the air. I asked Lauren one question. Was there ever a time she didn't have a plan? The pause was the answer. She said you'd probably be cold about it, Lauren added quietly. Said you were always too logical to love out loud. I smiled. She always did confuse patience with weakness. We hung up. I didn't tell her what I already knew. That while Camille was healing, she'd already emailed a lawyer, asking about tenants' rights and non-marital contribution recovery. She thought I'd cave, that I'd offer a settlement just to avoid the drama. She didn't know I'd already pulled the lease, froze the joint account, removed her as a secondary card holder, and installed cameras, legal, visible, motion-triggered, just in case she tried to reclaim her energy through destruction. At 7:23 p.m. that night, Camille buzzed the door. She didn't bring flowers, didn't wear makeup, just a sweatshirt that wasn't hers. Mine, probably on purpose. She looked tired, strategic. I just want to talk, she said. No drama, no accusations, just closure. I opened the door. Let her in. Let her sit. Let her explain. She said she'd been confused, that she'd lost herself in the lifestyle, that I made her feel safe but invisible. She said she still loved me, in her way. I nodded at the right beats, watched her twist her ring, the nervous tick she never noticed. Then I handed her an envelope. Inside, itemized statements, bank records, lease updates, screenshot of her lawyer's inquiry. She looked up, face drained. You were tracking me? No, I said. I was watching. She opened her mouth to speak. I stopped her. You don't get to narrate both sides, Camille. And for the first time, she had nothing to say. The next morning, Camille sent me an email. Not a text. Not a voice note with tears. An email, subject line, let's be adults. She wrote that the situation had gotten emotionally out of hand, and that she wanted to handle things respectfully. Then came the ask. I believe I'm entitled to some compensation for the last 14 months. I sacrificed time, opportunities, and emotional labor. If we'd been married, I'd have certain rights. I hope we can find a fair solution without legal escalation. Oh, there it was. The velvet knife. No anger. No insults. Just soft blackmail in font size 12. She was counting on me folding. On my fear of courtrooms, lawyers, and screenshots being twisted into courtroom narratives. But Camille forgot one thing. You can't blackmail someone who already published the photos. I responded with 2 sentences. Please direct all future correspondence to my attorney. Her contact is attached. As a reminder, our financial records and lease history are well documented. No greeting. No sign-off. An hour later, she texted, You're really doing this? I didn't answer. 10 minutes after that. I gave you my best years. I almost laughed. She was 28. Instead, I replied, You gave me your curated ones. The best were rented. She blocked me, then unblocked, then called. I didn't pick up. Later that day, Diane, my attorney, emailed me a full draft. Subject, preemptive non-marital settlement documentation. In plain terms, a legal summary making clear she was owed nothing. No claim to rent, assets, reimbursements, or even emotional damages. It ended with this clause. Continued pursuit of compensation may be interpreted as harassment and will be responded to accordingly. I printed a copy, mailed it to her new address, the one Lauren had foolishly DM'd me while asking what went wrong. Then I posted one more photo. Not of Camille, not of me, just my front door, wide open, sun pouring in. Caption, When someone says they need space, give them a galaxy. The comments poured in. Her followers saw healing. Mine saw the message. She didn't respond. Didn't like it. Didn't repost it with a sarcastic quote. That silence. Louder than anything she'd ever said. 2 weeks later, the courier arrived again. Not at her old address. This time, at my apartment. I wasn't expecting anything. I almost ignored the knock. Inside was a simple cardboard frame. No glass, no flourish, just raw cardboard, like something made in a pinch. I lifted the photo, a single, faded Polaroid taped to the back. It showed Camille and me at a street fair 6 years ago, rain-soaked, huddled under a neon sign, laughing so hard we nearly fell into a hot dog stand. No Rolex. No designer clutch. No lifestyle at all. Just us, messy and real. On the border, scribbled in black marker, were 2 words. Remember this. I stared at it for a long minute, feeling something I hadn't felt in months. Nostalgia? Regret? Relief? Maybe all 3. The curator had changed. The frame was gone, but the memory was still vivid. I snapped a photo, uploaded it, and tagged one person, Camille. My caption read, "Sometimes space isn't rent. It's retention of the real moments." The comments section lit up, some friends reminiscing, some strangers asking for details. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. That night, my phone glowed with a single message from her. "I see the frame." I sent back 2 words. "Keep it." No twist. No quip. No lawyer's card. Just a final closing of the chapter. What would you do if someone treated your history like a luxury subscription and then gifted you the raw Polaroid of your real life? Drop your thoughts below.